Washington Bengali Radio, www.washingtonbanglaradio.com.
Hello everyone, this is Jyoti Singh from Washington DC. Today we have with us actress Jyoti Singh, who has appeared in lead roles in Rohit Gupta's Live Camera Action and Manan Singh Kapoor's 9/11, both award-winning Indian-American feature films. Jyoti is equally proficient in other performing art forms as well. Not only is she an actress, she's a dancer and a singer, and also an adept badminton player. She also loves yoga and cooking. Welcome Jyoti to Washington Bangla Radio, and a very good evening.
Good evening to you too.
Thank you for giving us some time to talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jyoti, your childhood growing up, your parents, and about getting into acting.
I was raised in India, Dehradun, and basically my childhood, I was raised by my grandmother, my mother, and my great-grandmother, and my dad was in the army, which is border roads. He was an engineer, and he was constantly traveling. So I moved to the U.S. in 1987, and since then I've been here. I went to high school here and college, which I did nursing. My parents are now in North Carolina. I have two sisters, and they're also in North Carolina. And I wanted to act like when I was 18, 19, and I sort of said to my parents, oh, I want to act. And they were like, and I want to go to New York and go to acting school. And they were like, no way, girls from our families don't act. And, they were not okay with it at that time. And then I was like, okay, so my second passion was helping people. So I ended up doing nursing. And basically after nursing, I got married and moved to New York with my husband, and then I was like, why not as a hobby, start taking classes. And I started taking acting classes, and slowly I started going for auditions, and I did an industrial and several other student films, and in 2009 I actually left my work and I started acting full-time. It was a hobby, and then it became a profession because I got so many roles. If I auditioned for one thing or two things, I would at least get one role. So I was getting a lot of things, so I just decided to make that a career.
That's great. And now, besides acting and singing and dancing, what other things do you enjoy doing?
My sister and I and one of our friends actually started a nonprofit. It's called RVP Charitable Organization in 2009. And since I said my second passion is actually helping people, and we wanted to do something where we actually visited the place. So we started in 2009. We did a homeless drive in New York City, and we raised money we almost collected like 111 blankets and gave it out on the streets to homeless people. And as years went along, this past year, I actually did a screening of a film called Little Revolutionary, which is by Harpi Kaur. And this is basically about farmicides in India. And we basically screened the film out here with her permission, and we were able to get 3 families supported in India. So basically, it's a way you support 3 families, and you raise funds for the whole year for them. And you keep doing it until you can do it. You have to support each family. So we were able to get 3 people, getting funds for the whole year. So 3 kids getting education, which is very nice. So this is one of our projects, and we've done several other projects. Over time, I've been to Chennai, and I spent time at human rights camps, and also Widow Center in India, Vrindavan. I spent some time there. And then we went to Rape and Torture Center in Madurai. So we do support a bunch of these projects in India, and we actually go visit them too.
Wow, that's such a good cause, helping others. I think that's a great cause, and you're doing so much to help the disadvantaged in India, and that
I think we all have to.
They can get, so that's
yeah,
great.
I think we all have to give back to society somehow. So that's one way of what we, want to do. Somehow give back to society. So it's important, I guess.
Very noble cause. I agree.
Thank you.
Now, acting as a career path is a pretty difficult road. Would you recommend acting as a career to others if they're thinking about doing it? And I imagine it's not easy to get your first break.
Yes, it's not. It is a challenge, and I think a lot of people go into acting thinking they're going to make a lot of money. Not everybody makes it. I mean, if you think about it, so many people are trying to act, and how many people really make it is very, very hard. And, you have to have a good support system, first of all. Plus, you have to be financially stable because a lot of acting gigs are not paid gigs. You have to pretty much go for it for free and spend a lot of time because even for rehearsal, you spend a lot of time. And, it's not easy. So not everybody's going to make it. You can start, but it's better to start young if you're going to start, but definitely get trained in good rules. And that also sometimes people come out of good schools and still don't make it. So always have a backup plan. I actually took an acting course at Professor Roshan Saneja and Tom Walter 2 years ago, and And I guess a lot of people know Professor Roshan Taneja is big time in Bollywood. And, even they recommended the young students, they said, please finish your education before you actually go into acting, because you have to have a back plan. Because if you don't make it, at least you have some income coming in from somewhere. So it's important to do that, I believe. Yeah.
And in Rohit Gupta's live camera action, now this is a movie that is doing really well. It's winning lots of awards across the world. Tell us about the film and your role in it.
His film is amazing. It's about a female character who goes through life struggles, and she wants to make a film about her life, her experience. And so basically, she's looking for actresses. And I have known Rohit Gupta for a while because when he was a student at New York Film Academy, I was acting in a student film, and I acted in one of his student films, his friend's student film, actually, Raj Mehta. And so he had known me. So after 2 years, all of a sudden, I received a call. He said, Jyoti, we're looking for actresses for the film, and you have to be a really bad actress in the scene. You have to act like you don't know how to act. So I was like, well, that's easy. I go for auditions all the time. So it's easy. I'll definitely be able to do it. So I did go, and the next day I went, and, we just shot the scene. And, it's winning a lot of awards. It is a good movie, and Deepthi does a great job. And, it's basically 3 characters pretty much in the whole movie. And it's very well done. And, Rohit is excellent. He does whatever he does an excellent job. So, and he's a good friend, too. So, yes.
Good. Now, your latest film, Manan Kathora's 9/11, that is also an award-winning film. And I have actually seen the film, and I love your performance. You did a great job. I mean, what did you do to prepare for that role as Sarita Gupta?
Oh, yeah. So basically, the way it happened was I had just finished my course with Professor Roshan Taneja in summer, and the audition was in August. And I actually drove to DC. I was probably the first one to arrive at the audition. And so basically, my monologue that I did was Aaj Kuch to Bahut Honge Na Tum, the Amitabh Bachchan's dialogue, which is interesting because the girl giving that dialogue presentation, even they were surprised. And every male came there for the audition and said the same audition piece. But anyways, once I got the role, they told me, Sarita Gupta, this is what the character requires. Manan was telling me about that, and I was like, I definitely want to do it. So we got a script, and I actually came back to New York, made my note cards, really studied my character really well, read the whole script, and made note cards and tried to fill in the emotions that I had to create for the film, because I play a very negative character. And to see, how would I build that character? How would I play this? Who's Sarita Gupta? I had to figure that one out. And then once I figured that out, I had already memorized my lines. So it was very easy. But the interesting thing is the last scene, if you have watched the film, which of course I won't disclose anything, we were not given the script. We were given the script the week off when we shot the last scene. So we did not know till it was a surprise element that Manan didn't want to give it to us. He said, you have to do it because you already built the characters. You don't know what happens at the end. Even we as characters didn't know till the end of the shoot what's going to happen to us. So I never knew what my end would be in the movie or whatever. So
very interesting. So you were as much in suspense as we were, the audience.
The end was we did it the week before. Actually, the week after we were going to shoot that scene is when we got the actual script of what we were going to do. And you forget it. It's 2 years later, and you're just thinking, okay. But I just remember that. I was like, I never got the thinking back and saying, how I could prepare for the character. I never knew the end. I just knew this is who I am. I'm this mean and manipulative, dark character, and that's what I had to build. So that's what I did. So.
That's great. Now, is there a dream role that you aspire to do someday? All actors and actresses have, a dream role they want to play, and they think about it. And is there one that you would like to do?
I have always loved the movie called Earth, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it.
Yes, I have seen it.
And yes. So it's, I really love that movie because I think it focuses on women and what they go through over life experiences, how life can change. And it's a very strong character. I've always wanted to play something like that, art film. So it's more like meaningful roles. That's what I always wanted to do with my life. So, hopefully I'll get something like that in my lifetime and be able to play that character. I'm open to I'm always open to playing different characters, different roles, think out of your box and do something really meaningful. And so something like that would definitely be more Smita Pathu kind of a character would be really great.
Yeah, so. That would definitely be a role that you'd, I'm sure, remember doing and enjoy doing. And so hopefully you get it. I wish you the best with that. So,
Thank you.
so where are we going to see you next? What are some of your current and upcoming projects?
Well, right now I am auditioning, so I audition every now and then. I am also hosting ITV Gold Saturday Sunday shows. It's a community roundup and a Vision of Asia show. And then I'm in a web series called Love Kebab. Also, I'm in a stage play called Forbidden, which might ultimately become a film. And I recently was a contestant for Barley Cook-Off, since I enjoy cooking. I'm also doing some voiceovers, like say if you're visiting Amsterdam, whoever's in the background giving you the tour, I'll be one of the tour guides in Hindi. Basically, I auditioned for something today, which it looks like a positive outlook. It's a second look, so I'm hoping I'll get that role. So yeah, there are a lot of things in talk, but you can never talk about it. So it's one of those things.
Yeah,
so,
it seems that you have a lot of activities and things going on in your life, and you're involved in so much, which is great. And you live in New York, I think, which is the heart of theater. So that's great.
Yes, definitely. So yeah.
Well, did you have anything else to say to our listeners before we end the interview?
Sure, definitely. I do want to thank you and everybody in your team for giving us this opportunity to interview. 9/11 is a great film. We all had a lot of fun. All my, cast members, the crew, everybody did such a good job. And, it was like we had the cinematographer who was really good. Rohit Chaturvedi was really good. Jigme was really good. These people in the background who never get noticed. And, they put in a lot of time and effort. It was a lot of fun working with them and getting to know them. And then all our fellow actors. If it's not a team effort, it doesn't come out as a good piece. So we all had so much fun together, and just like slowly as each character left, it was sort of like, oh, you miss them, but you keep going, and it's just a lot of fun. And I think the movie, if you watch the movie, it's something where you just want to sit and you don't feel like getting up once you start watching the movie, because you're like, oh, I want to know what's happening
yes,
next. So so it's definitely something that you have to watch. If you don't like thrillers, don't watch it because it's fun. I don't like thrillers personally, but I mean it is a really fun. In that way, it's really fun. It keeps you on your okay, I want to sit and watch and see what's happening next. So definitely go watch it. And I want to thank my producer, my director, everybody for giving me a chance, because it was one of my lead roles. And it won award, and hopefully more to come.
Yes, hopefully more to come. Well, Jyoti, glad you could make some time to chat with us, and we wish you all the best on behalf of our listeners as well. And thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Washington Bengali Radio, www.washingtonbanglaradio.com.